never given him. Anytime you think about it, anytime you think about hanging out with him, do not go.
So recently, I came across a TikTok video of a woman who was crying and distraught because she went on a hike with her boyfriend and he left her in the middle of the hike, in the middle of what seems to me to be the desert. So today, we're going to be talking about this occurrence in this video because it is something that, according to my research, has happened to many women. And let's just call it reason 1,105 that I am petrified of dating men. But before we get into that, I just want to say, hey, my name is Miss April May, and I hope you're having a blessed day. If this is your first time visiting my channel, thanks for stopping by. And if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Either way, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Now, let's get into it. So, today we're going to be talking about something called alpine divorce. Now, it is a term and something that already existed, but I think a lot more people are becoming aware of it because of this video that went viral. So, alpine divorce can basically be described as when a partner takes another partner to a like secluded area, such as the mountains, such as a hike in the mountains or the desert, something like that, a secluded area where they then leave them because they're breaking up with them, because they want a divorce, or in some extreme cases, because they want the elements and the animals to get to them and they don't want the partner to make it back home alive. And this is typically something that happens to women. So, male partners, husband, boyfriend, taking their wife or girlfriend on a hike and then leaving them there. So first, let's take a look at this viral video. Last I looked, it had about 7 million views, so it has definitely gone viral. So first, let's take a look at this video that has spurred this conversation on TikTok.
Right now, I'm walking alone and stranded because he can't let me by myself. I should have never given him. Anytime you think about it, anytime you think about hanging out with him, do not go. I hate him so much. I feel so terrible. Like, this is the worst Saturday of my life. I could have been at home peaceful. I could have done work out of my house.
If you go to this video and watch it, of course, it is quite devastating. But then what is even more devastating is like if you go to the video and open up the comments, because you know the information is always truly in the comments. That's where the true information lives. Okay. If you go into those comments and you open them, you will see countless stories of women talking about being left on a hike. Their boyfriend took them on this hike, left them there, walked away, laughed when she finally caught up because he was like, "Oh, I didn't think it was a big deal." Things like that. And it's absolutely crazy to me. I understand that sometimes people have like a problem being confrontational and like trying to break up with a person, but for you to be in a relationship with someone, whether it's your boyfriend, your husband, right, this long-term relationship that you probably have known each other years and years and years, for that person to then leave you in the mountains, in the desert, on a hike, anywhere secluded that is away from civilization, so to speak. That person not just like doesn't like you, they hate you. Like, I need people to get that through their heads. I wouldn't even do that to a stranger. I wouldn't even take a stranger on a hike to some place that they don't know, that is secluded, where they probably don't even have reception or bars on their cell phone. I wouldn't even do that to a stranger that I have known for 5 minutes. So for your boyfriend or your husband to take you somewhere like on a hike and then leave you, that man hates you. And if you make it back home, get away from him, block him, delete his number, report him to the police because I feel like that's a crime. I feel like that should be attempted murder or like some type of assault. I don't know. But that man hates you. So, like many of us ladies like to say, no, it is not all men, but it is always a man. And now this video has really spurred the conversation more of women having to protect themselves from the men in their lives, whether it's their boyfriend, their husband, or even an ex-partner, women needing to, or even male strangers, right? Women needing to behave and do certain things to then not be brutalized, attacked, not make it home at the end of the day, and what have you. So, not only can you not walk outside at night by yourself, not only do you have to watch what you wear, make sure your skirt isn't too short. Not only that, but now you can't even go on a hike with a man that you have known potentially for years. Okay, we're not talking about like a first date. We're talking about a man, your boyfriend, husband that you have known for years. Now you can't even do that. It's like, damn, what if a girl just likes to be physically active? Like, what if a girl wants to hike? You can't go with the man in your life? It's like they're that dangerous and manipulative and gaslighters? Now, I have noticed that over the last few years, especially on TikTok, there are lots of conversations around dating and around men and women dating, like heterosexual relationships, right? And women feeling like they have to protect themselves at all costs, especially when it comes to the body, whether it's physical harm or just having like bodily autonomy. In a lot of ways, it feels like men are the enemy. Because I think we all know that outside of being sick, like cancer and heart attacks and stuff like that, men, if a woman is attacked or killed, it's usually a man, and a man that she actually knows, boyfriend, husband, ex-boyfriend, ex-husband. It is a man that she has or has had a romantic relationship with. So it leads to the question of women saying to themselves, okay, do I even want to date? There are a lot of single women. Okay. I am a single woman. I know a lot of single women. And it isn't just the conversation of, does this man, like, check the boxes of what I want, so to speak. There's also the conversation of, is this person a safe person for me to be around? And I think that men typically don't think in that way when they think of women, when they think about dating women or having relationships with women. Whereas women have to think that way when they think about dating a man. Yeah, he fits this, and this. I like him, but is he a safe person to be around? Do I think that if we get into a little argument and he gets angry, is he going to do something to me? Is he just going to leave me in the woods when he wants to break up with me?
You ever heard the term alpine divorce? Because I sure hadn't until today. Alpine divorce is when you go on a hike with a man and he leaves you. And this has happened to me like 3 times in my life with like 2 different men. And this is actually such a real thing that there is a support group of women that it has happened to. And I think the reason why this happens so frequently is because usually men will pick the hike, the women will go, and it'll be too challenging for them. But the men are just there because they want to hike, not because they actually want to, I don't know, spend time with the lady. And so they're like, no, I'm gonna continue the hike if you can't do it. Like, eat a dick. Every day on the internet, I discover a fresh batch of new horrors to unpack. If I had a nickel for every time I've been left on a hike, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
What do you mean men are taking women on hikes and then they abandon them after breaking up with them? And apparently this happens a lot. What the like was breaking up with them so hard? Like when the girl just died, now you got blood on your hands because you wanted to play around. What the
And you know what's crazy and like super ironic? Dating apps. I haven't been on any in like almost 2 years now. I'm over it. I think they're trash now. They used to be kind of fun. Now, but on a lot of dating apps, many men have hiking listed as a hobby. And now I'm like, is there a reason for that? Like, is that on purpose? Is he like telling on himself? I don't know. I don't know. It was just a question. So, me being the curious little busybody that I am, I decided, okay, I saw a couple of TikTok videos on Alpine Divorce, But let me just Google it. Like, I want to see what's out there. And like the first thing that came up was a threads. What do you say, a threads thread? But you know, threads like Facebook, Twitter. Okay. So a thread came up and I was like reading through the comments once again because the real information is always in the comments. I'm reading through the comments and one lady said her ex-husband left her in the ocean, like in the middle of the ocean. I think I'll put it over here. I think they were like scuba diving or whatever. And she said they went to like look at a shipwreck, I think. And then she turned around and he was gone. So apparently he had like went up to surface without like, I guess, like tapping and communicating with her. He went up to surface and told the people on the boat like, yeah, she on the other side of the boat, I guess. And they left her in the middle of the ocean. He wanted her dead and to like get the life insurance money. And he probably got some girlfriend, but thankfully, she divorced his ass because what the fuck is that? So I guess really the moral of the story is, ladies out there, be careful. Be careful with who you date. Be careful with where you go because you can't even go on a hike or be secluded with your own boyfriend or husband. If you're going on a hike, you carry the car keys. You put the car keys in your bag or your pocket so that way he doesn't just get up and leave you, because he's less likely to leave you if he has no way to get home. And if for any reason at all, you have a bad feeling, whether it's on a hike or just, in a room with a guy that you know, if for any reason you have a bad feeling, that could literally be your intuition coming to save your life. So just please be careful. So that's all that I have for you today. Please let me know in the comments how you feel about this Alpine divorce. Have you heard of this before? Has something similar happened to you or someone you know? Let's share the stories because I'm sure at least a couple of you out there have a similar story to this. And I just want to say thank you for watching. My name is Miss April May. Please make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
You're officially coming with me.